Why do you think that a millionaire is leaving the UK every 45 minutes now? And
this is genuinely painful to watch. This is Darren Jones, Chief Secretary to the Treasury, talking to Camilla Tominey on GB News. And very clearly, he doesn't actually realise that non-doms do pay tax on their UK income. These clowns who do not understand the policy in this country and don't understand basic economics and are just driven by ideology, these are the clowns who are running this country. It is terrifying. Listen to this.
That's a figure that's been derived since Rachel Reeves's budget. Why are so many millionaires leaving if she's doing such a good job?
Well, I'm not one, so you might have to ask them. But I think what you're alluding to is our policy.
You take the taxes of millionaires, so you should be able to comment.
Don't ask me, mate. I don't know.
Well, the non-dom tax changes were in our manifesto. It's what we were elected on with a mandate to implement. And it starts with, I think, the pretty fair principle that if you want to live in the UK, you should pay your taxes in the UK like everybody else. That wasn't the case under the Conservatives. We made that very clear in the election campaign that we would change that.
Yeah,
we have done that in line with our election mandate and our manifesto.
Is it a successful policy if it drives millionaires out of the country that do pay their taxes?
I think the principle is the right one, which is that if you want to live in the UK, you need to pay taxes in the UK like everybody else.
Yes. They do!
That's what we've implemented.
They do!
And that's what the British people voted for when they elected a Labour government.
No, but I think the principle is the right one, that millionaires should pay their taxes. Let's agree on that point, Mr. Jones. I think everyone listening and watching GB News will agree with you there. But what the policy succeeded in doing is driving a millionaire out of the country that might have been paying tax to you at the Treasury every 45 minutes.
I'll just note, it's not just a millionaire leaving who would have paid tax on their income. That's a millionaire leaving who will take with them probably all their team and all of their staff and their whole business that employs people, pays corporation tax and all of this. Okay?
So that's not a success, is it? It's a failure if fewer millionaires are paying tax. I don't understand how you could constitute it as being anything other than a failure.
Sure, but Camilla, you agreed with the principle that if you live in the UK, you should pay tax in the UK like everybody else.
Yes, so you're driving out millionaires who are paying tax.
Because
he's so thick.
I agree with the principle and disagree with the practice, Camilla. I mean,
days.
I think we both agree that if you want to live in the UK, you should pay your taxes there. That's
you're
what the
misunderstanding
policy is, doing in place.
Everyone thinks millionaires should pay tax. We love millionaires because they pay more tax than people on the minimum wage.
Very true.
But what I'm saying you've done is you've forced millionaires to leave the country because it's not economically viable for them to remain here with a tax burden at such a high. Therefore, the policy has been self-defeating. I'm sure you understand what I'm saying.
No, I do, Camilla, but what you're also suggesting is that we shouldn't have changed the non-dom tax status. I'm telling you that that's in clear conflict with the principle that we both agree with, that if you live here, you should pay your fair taxes here. That's just the basis on which our manifesto was set.
Is this guy stupid? Does he not realise that they do pay tax on UK income?
People who were affected by that had quite a lot of notice because we were very clear about that in opposition and during the election campaign.
OK, but do you understand that the principles of something may be good, like slap VAT on private school fees, but the practicalities might be bad? Oh no, we're now causing a load of schools which look after special needs children to close down. Principles are one thing, practice is another. Maybe the Labour government is guilty of having great ideas but bad execution. Could that be the case?
No, it's not.
No, it's not. All right.
My days. That was a absolute car crash. That was so painful to watch. I can't believe that clowns like him, Darren Jones, along with Rachel from Accounts, are the ones running the economic policy in this country. These people, they don't know basic economics. They don't understand the tax policies in this country clearly. That guy did not realise that non-doms do actually pay some tax on their UK income. They just don't pay tax on the income that they make abroad. It is just unbelievable, and he couldn't seem to understand the point there from Camilla Tominey that just because something ideologically sounds like a good idea, like, oh, let's not allow elites who go to private schools to be able to attend without VAT, without, realizing that could, in practice, have some horrendous implications. He just didn't get it. It was completely blind. They're just driven by ideology. We still seem to have, despite the economy going to shit, the markets going to shit, we have still got these clowns in charge with their heads in the sand. They found some statistic the other day that suggests that our economy is projected to do well, and they're all posting it all over their social media like, look, our Chancellor Rachel Reeves is doing a great job. Please. You guys are so ignorant, it's unbelievable. They can't... I don't think you need to be really that intelligent and to be a top economist to recognise if you increase taxes on rich people, some of them are going to leave the country, and that might just be a bad thing for the economy. Even if morally you think it's the right thing to do, it might wreck the economy. They don't get it. When they're questioned on it, they don't understand. Okay? Rachel Reeves, she made all these promises saying, oh, I'm not going to raise taxes on working people, because in her head, she saw it as really simple. She thought, what I do is I come into power, and I just do a big hike in capital gains tax. And that will just solve everything. That will raise all the money that I need. It's easy peasy. She comes into power, asks the Treasury and asks HMRC, what do you think? We'll just do a big hike in capital gains tax. And they run the numbers and they say, listen, darling, you do realise that that's actually going to result in bugger all increase in tax revenue, because a load of people are going to leave the country. They did their projections of how many people will leave the country and this and that, and they said it's not going to raise any money, Rachel. If anything, it might lose money. And then she panicked and she's like, oh, what can we do? We'll scrap winter fuel payments and we'll raise national insurance and this and that. Idiot. Complete idiot. You are so stupid if you come in as a Chancellor of the Exchequer thinking that a big, huge hike in capital gains tax isn't going to push anyone out the country, isn't going to push any wealth creators out the country. And I don't think they've really connected the dots about what that long term means. Maybe they're starting to get the message about tax revenue in the short run disappearing, but I don't think they're getting the message about how that impacts the economy, how that means that businesses, people who create jobs for many, many other people, are going to leave the country. It's going to have a horrendous impact in the long run. They just don't get it. They don't get it. And you know why? These people, they are not business people. Okay, you look at that cabinet, aside from James Timpson, who's not actually even an MP, but he's the Minister for Prisons or whatever, none of them have any business experience. They've all been public servants the vast majority of their lives, living off the public purse. These clowns have no idea what they are doing. They need to go. But sadly, we may be stuck with this clown show until 2029, it looks like. But now we have got Trump in power, so let's hope that he can try and put Keir Starmer and Rachel Reeves in line and tell them to get their act together and give them a good idea of what basic, decent economic policy looks like. Let's see what happens. Anyway, I'm Chloe Dobbs. Thank you very much for watching. Press the subscribe button if you haven't already. See you soon.
Still watching? Well, I've got a quick ask for you. Recent UK, we're fighting the woke brigade and inspiring young Brits, but we need your help to go bigger. We're hosting a fundraiser and would love you to sign up and share the link on the big day. It's easy, it makes a massive impact, and there are prizes for top fundraisers. Click the Google form in the description to join us. Cheers very much. Let's keep going together.